Hi everybody, it's Anne here from positivelypapercraft.co.uk, and today I'm back with a really cool project, I think. This is just a prototype because it took quite a bit of working out, and I suppose what it's meant to be is either some kind of keepsake box, you know, jewellery box, anything like that. Now, as I've said in the title, it's triple reinforced, which it is, so it's really solid box. It opens up, and obviously it's just a box inside, but you'll see when we make it, but this is all put in separately, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to have these like kind of fancy feet effect on it. So yeah, this is just the prototype, but this is what we're going to make. We're also going to close it with like magnets, but we're going to conceal them on the inside, and then we're going to reinforce this piece and then conceal the other one in there. So I really like it, and it's a really good size as well. It is 6 inches long. It is 3 inches deep, and it's roughly 3 inches tall. So, and then inside it's about 2 inches deep, obviously, because as I said, this is a separate piece. So to make it this time, we are going to use the Share What You Love paper because it's nice and thick. And then I've also got some rich raspberry card, which we're going to use for the lid and the inside. The paper is going to be for the outside of the box. I've cut a large stitched oval because I'm going to have like a mirror inside, what I've done with a few of my other projects that I've made, like the lady's vanity case. So I've also cut out one of these, which is these dies here, which are the delicate lace edgelets, and it's this one here. And the idea is I'm going to put it on the closure just so it makes it more fancy. So I've cut one of them, and I've cut a butterfly from Springtime Impressions because I think I'm just going to pop this on the top. And then I've also got a little charm here, which I'm probably going to pop to make it look like, you know, just the little closure is like a little lock. Okay, so let's get organised. So take your 2 pieces of DSP, and all this is one piece of 12 by 12, which I've cut in half at 6 by 12, so you can make the base out of one sheet of 12 by 12. So we need to score them. Okay. Alright, so pop it in on the long side, and you want to score them at 3 and 9 inches. So 3 and 9. Okay. And then you want to score the short side at 2 and 5. And make sure when you score it at 5, it would be the bottom of your box. So 2, which would be the top, and then 5 will be the bottom. Do the exact same with the other one. Score at 3 and 9, 2 and 5. Alright, I've also got the everyday label, which is what I'm going to use for the feet on the bottom. Whoopsie, I'm so clumsy sometimes. Right. Okay, so just fold and burnish your score lines.
Okay, so this is going to make our actual box. So what we need to do is we're going to obviously be having to join these together. Okay, so take some scissors and just on one of the pieces we've got the 1-inch score line along the bottom, which then goes into 3 sections. Okay, we want to cut the two excuse me, we want to cut the 2 end sections away. Because this is going to be reinforced from joining the sides together, so if we left these on it would be too thick. Okay, so you've got that. Alright, and then what we want to do is on this piece here, we just want to cut down these 2 wide pieces here, and then you can just take just a little piece off, just so they don't catch. Alright, so that is one of the pieces done. So what will happen is it will fold round like this. That will go in there, and that's going to be, say, your front. Now this piece, what we're going to do with this one is punch our little feet in it, as well as the sides. Alright, so that's one of them done. Now the next one, I'm going to do the same with the 1-inch piece along the bottom. Remove them 2 end sections here. Okay, now with this piece we don't need these 2 sections now because we've already got them here, and again it would be too thick if we kept them, so you can cut these ones away. Right, so that one should look like this. So get rid of these little scraps. Okay, so as I said, it will go like this, and then when we join it, what we're going to do is we'll have a side here. Okay, the side will go round here, and then this will go over here. So some of that is triple and false because you've got 1, 2 and then 3 along the top. Okay, and it will be the same for this way. We will have this round here, this here, this will go in there, and then obviously that will go in there. Okay, and that's going to be the basis. Now if we take our punch, just fold this piece over the 1-inch piece, and all I did was I just put the punch in
and kind of line the side of the punch up with the score line, and then I just kind of took it up to about this mark here on the punch, okay, and then just punch okay, and then obviously you'll have that, but we're going to glue that together so it doesn't matter. Do the same with this side, line it up with the side of the score line, and then the same with the punch, and that gives you those like kind of fancy feet for your box, okay? Now do your side now, because it's going to act as a kind of template as well, I think. So it should just match up with the score line. You should be able to get the punch pretty much in the centre. Punch it out. Same again. Alright, so that is that bit done. We're just going to glue this onto here like this, okay? Oh, I think my glue's blocked. I keep forgetting to put the pin in so then it blogs, which is my own fault. Plenty glue on this. Okay, so there's our first piece, and then take this piece and we're going to do the same. We're going to fold this over, and we're going to do the same punches on this one. There we go. And then again, just glue this together. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to get this together. So we want this to glue to here. Okay, so that is going to get glued to there, then that is going to get glued to there. So that is like triple reinforced, if you get what I mean. Alright, now if when you thingy it together and the punch is not quite lined up, don't worry, you can just go in and re-tidy that up with the punch. So we're going to start putting this together, so I'm going to put some glue all on here. You want plenty glue on because you don't want it coming apart, or you don't want bits sticking out. So you want to make sure you've got it the same height. Might be better to do it that way. See there? So we're just gluing the sides together. Okay, like this. And then we can glue all them together in a bit. And And then again this side, we want this to go in here, like this. Just put it in so that this piece here will then wrap over, okay, which is making it nice and secure. So I want glue on here. And I mean, when you make it, you'll realise how sturdy it is and how strong it really is. So can you see we've got the basis of our lovely box. Okay. So obviously all these pieces here, they are just going to get glued around like this. I might just have to trim a couple of little bits off the sides here, just so they don't get in the way. And also this is kind of going to be triple enforced because we're also going to be putting a base inside of that. So that's reinforced there, but then it's going to be reinforced again when we put the base in. So let's glue these together. So just glue on all of these, and then stick them down, and I'll be back in a sec because I think the camera's going to run out. Okay everyone, I've stuck those 4 flaps down. So we need a piece of card that is 7 by 10 inches, but actually if you just cut it just under 7 and just under 10, probably like 1/16, but just a tiny little bit under. And then I'm going to score all 4 sides at 2 inches. Okay. And this is going to be our inside panel, so just fold and burnish it. And then all of these outside 4 squares, we're going to cut them away because we don't need them, and also cut the score lines away as well. Okay, so as I said, this is going to be our inside. Now, if you want to close it with a magnet, now is the time to get your magnets. And what's going to happen is this is going to get glued in to here, because this is what's going to make our base. Okay, so just decide which you're having as the front, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the magnet in here. So I'm just going to get a magnet and a glue dot, I think. put a glue dot on the magnet, and then I'm just going to pop it in the middle as much as I can, really. In the middle of, just in the middle there. Okay, so if we take this back out, so we've got our magnet in there, and then what we want to do is we want to put glue on the outside of all these pieces here to glue it into here. Okay, so then just basically take this and just do what we did before, just slot it inside, just make sure your magnet doesn't move or come off. Okay, and then you want it kind of, try and get it straight as you can. And then just press it down. Obviously you've got your magnet now hidden under there. So there is the inside now of our lovely little box. Now for the lid, I've got a piece of rich raspberry, which is, what does this measure again? It measures 6 1/8 by 12 inches. Okay. So no, it doesn't. It measures 6 1/8 by 11 3/4, and then we're going to score this on the long side at, is it 3? Yeah, score it at 3 and 9. Okay. And then score the short side at 1 inch, 4 inches, and 5 1/8. Alright, so you should have that. Again, just fold and burnish. And the two sections here are going to be the front and the one is going to be the back. So we need to remove these two rectangles here. And also the rectangle on the opposite side. Do the same on the other side. Remove the rectangle and the two rectangles at the front. Okay, so the lid, what's going to happen, just cut that little piece off there, is these two flaps are going to go in here to reinforce the lid. This bit is going to get stuck onto the back. This is going to go over to reinforce the closure. So we'll go on the box like this, and with it being nice and sturdy, look, you don't have any gaping at the sides. You don't have any at all because the box is just so rigid and thick. So first of all, stick these two flaps, stick the two flaps down. So that one's just going to go straight over there, and we're going to cover this anyway so you won't see it. Alright, so you've got your two flaps stuck there, which basically just strengthens the lid. Now this bit is going to go onto the back like this, so we need glue or tape or whatever you prefer all along here. Alright, and this is going to go on the back of the box, and you just want to make sure you've got it in the right place like that, which looks pretty good. Just make sure that's stuck. Oh, don't say no, I thought I had put the magnet on the wrong side there. Yeah, make sure your magnet's at the front now. Alright, so that is that, and then obviously we need our magnet here, so I've got another magnet, but I want to put it underneath here, so again it's concealed. So I've got a magnet, that's where I know the magnet needs to be, so it needs to be in here, which this is going to be tricky to get it in the right place. Yeah, so what I need to do is pop a little glue dot on there. Alright, and then I'm going to just make that magnet stick onto there like that, okay, and then we're going to conceal it in there. Alright, so I think I will use some tape actually for this. Okay, just peel the backing off. And then just stick that down, and we know the magnets are all hidden inside. And with a bit of luck, it should close. Okay, so I think I got it in the right place. It could be because of the tape actually. Oh well, that'll do. So for the inside, what I have done is I've cut a piece of the DSP to cover where we've joined that cardstock, and this is 5 3/4 by 2 7/8. This is going to get just stuck into there. And that just hides all the joins there. I just can't believe how thick it is. It's such a thick box now, it really is. Okay, and then I've got my little mirror that I want to put in, if I can find it. There it is. So I've just cut that out of some silver foil paper. I'm just going to pop a little mirror in. Just stick that down. That is just so pretty. And then, as I said, I wanted to put this, just glue this onto here, so it just gives it a nice fancy kind of closure, doesn't it? Like that. So I'm going to glue that on to there. They're really pretty, these dies. I don't use them often enough, actually. I suppose I better put a few bits on the little cutouts. So I'm just going to attach this to here. Just makes the closure look a little bit more fancier, really. And then the little padlock that I had, which I was just going to pop just on there. I'm just going to pop that on with a glue dot, I think. You could hot glue it on as well if you wanted to. Just open that. I love this box, it's gorgeous. And then the butterfly that I cut out, I'm just going to glue that on the top. So, not the quickest video, but I wanted to explain it properly so you can actually make the thing. And I just think it would be just a great keepsake box. And as I said, you've got no gaping, because it's almost like a chipboard weight now that it's been you know, like triple reinforced. It's all neat and tidy, and then you open it up and it's solid inside as well. Put some lovely gifts in, or just keep it for yourself, like I say, a little keepsake box. So all the info will be on my blog. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, take care, and bye for now.